Hey guys, welcome back to the ranch. Today I'm going to be doing a video on a new camera I just bought. It's called the Tactacam Reveal X Pro. Now I know a lot of you subscribers are here for my garden videos, and I appreciate all the followers and all the encouraging remarks from my garden crew, but I will be back to gardening this fall. Trust me, don't worry. I'll be doing more garden videos. I've already started updating my garden for the fall planting. It's starting to cool off here in Texas, so I've already started working outside in the garden. So don't unsubscribe, don't leave. Go ahead and like and watch this video too. Maybe you'll learn something about trail cams or hunting or something you didn't know you were interested in. Today we're going to talk about my new trail camera. Now, like I said, when the weather starts cooling off here in Texas and September rolls around, that's when all of my attention starts being focused on hunting season. It starts off with the Texas holiday of opening dove season, first weekend in September. That kicks off the first hunting season in Texas, and we all go shoot birds, have a good time, and usually set up some deer camp somewhere in preparation for deer season. So that's no exception this year. I want to be doing some dove hunting in South Texas, and hopefully if my hunting buddies aren't too camera shy, I can bring you guys along for some of that adventure next weekend. Here on the ranch, my focus is on my deer herd here. So I have several feeders and cameras and food plots, and I kind of keep an eye on stuff on the property with trail cameras. If you don't know what a trail camera is, it's just a little device like this. I'll put a picture up here that it runs on batteries, and it takes pictures of anything in its path, which is triggered by a motion sensor. Years past, all my trail cameras were just that. They just sensed motion, took a picture, stored it on a SD card, and then you'd have to come along every few months or every week, however often you chose, download the pictures from the SD card to a computer to look at them. Things have changed dramatically over the past few years, and now all of my cameras I have here are cell phone cameras, meaning they are connected to a cell phone network, and they automatically send the pictures instantly to my cell phone. So there's a lot of benefits to that, and I not only use these cameras for wildlife, but I also use them to keep tabs on my cattle and for security reasons. So in other words, I can put a camera out into my pastures, and I can see when the cows are over in that pasture, and I don't have to go check on them. Also for security, if anybody walks by these things or drives by, I'll know immediately that there's somebody on my property trespassing. So they can be used for that as well. Now I use this Tactacam Reveal camera. I've had good luck in the past with them. They've got good price points, pretty good customer service, and they generally work okay. So that's why I've stuck with this brand of cell cam. Now there's all kinds of different models and versions out there, but I like Tactacams. They've been good to me so far. So let's talk about the cell phone capabilities just a little bit. So a lot of people ask, well, I don't want to add it to my cell phone, or I got AT&T cell phone. How do I add this camera? Well, you don't deal with AT&T or Verizon at all. The cameras do run on the cell networks. However, you don't pay the bill to them. You don't have a contract with them. You pay your monthly fees to this camera service through Tactacam, and there's no extra contracts. You can cancel it at any time, so it's very convenient. This new camera, one of the reasons I like it is you have a choice between AT&T and Verizon. In the models previous, you had to buy the particular model for the carrier you wanted, and I've got both Verizon and AT&T here, and I believe the AT&T gets a better signal. So this one, it came with both Verizon and AT&T SIM cards, and I chose to use AT&T, and it's working fine. So let's talk about cost a little bit. So the camera itself is $150. That's about $50 more than the previous models, and I chose to buy the newest, more expensive model because of some features that it has that I will talk about later. But just to get the thing running right out of the box, you're going to need to buy at least one SD card and at least 12 AA batteries. So at minimum, you're going to be in $150. The SD card is about $10, and the battery is probably another $10. So for $170, you can have this camera up and running. I chose to upgrade my batteries in this one to a lithium pack that's also sold by Tactacam. It fits right in the camera, and it's a rechargeable lithium pack, and that was $60. And the reason I chose to upgrade the camera to that lithium battery pack is because over the years I've spent lots of money on AA batteries. I found that traditional alkaline AA batteries will only last about a month in my cameras here, because they take about 1,000 pictures a month, and after about 1,000 pictures, those AA alkalines wear out. I've also used lithium AA batteries. No, those are a little more expensive, but they last quite a bit longer. I think 12 lithium AA batteries cost about $20, and they last anywhere from 3 to 4 months on my place. Now, they will also give you 4,000 to 5,000 pictures, so that's a pretty good option if you don't want to upgrade to the battery pack. The lithium rechargeable pack, you can use the lithium AA's. Energizer brand is what I was using, and so you should be able to get by several months with those batteries. However, for $60, the lithium rechargeable pack should pay for itself in about a year. One other upgrade that I bought with this camera was the solar panel that also has a battery pack installed. One drawback that I learned after I bought these two is the Tactacam solar panel does not charge the lithium battery pack in the camera, so it's strictly a bypass. So I was a little disappointed to learn that. It's something about voltages and not meeting the right voltage. But the way I think it works, and I may be wrong, I will correct it if I find research contradicts me here, but I believe the way it should work is my lithium battery pack inside the camera will function and run until it drains itself, and then the solar panel will kick on and power the camera. I believe that's how it's going to work. So just know you don't need the lithium battery pack if you buy the solar panel that has a battery pack in it. So let's go over the cost one more time. So the camera itself was $150. The lithium battery pack was $60. The solar panel was $60. You're also going to need a SD card, which was $10. And you're also going to need a cell phone plan, which is as much as $120 per year or $5 a month, depending on what plan level that you go with. For me, I went with the annual plan because I take way more pictures than 250. The $5 a month only gives you 250 pictures per month, and once you hit that cap, it starts charging you overages. So I went with the unlimited plan just so I didn't get overage charges. Now, one benefit Tactacam has in this area is that if you have more than one camera, you can combine your pictures per month. So if you have, say, 3 cameras and you're on the $5 a month plan, that gives you 750 pictures total that you can share between all 3 cameras. So if one camera only takes 10 pictures, then you still have the 740 left on the other pictures without going over, on the other cameras without going over. So that's one nice thing about the cell plans through Tactacam. Okay, let's talk about some of the features, and the reason I chose to buy this camera for $50 more than the older models, and talk about some of the new features that this camera has. So first being the no glow technology. So the infrared at night usually has a red glow to it, and you can see it with the human eye. I don't know if the wildlife can see it or not. Some people say they can. I just noticed that they don't. Deer don't particularly like cameras anyway. When they notice something's out of place, they're kind of spooky. So I think this no glow night vision technology is going to be helpful. Now the cameras do make a little bit of sound, so you can hear like some faint sounds from these cameras when they're operating, so that may be what's spooking the deer. So that no glow may be irrelevant if they're sending sounds out that spook the deer anyway, but it's very, very small. If there's any wind or anything, they don't really seem to notice it, but if it's dead quiet and still out, the deer will kind of be shy away from these cameras. So these cameras are capable to illuminate at night up to 80 feet and detect motion at up to 96 feet. So that's plenty of coverage coverage to point on a trail, a scrape, a rub, feeder, anywhere you want to detect motion. They are waterproof, weatherproof, so these cameras are IP66 certified. They do have a built-in LCD screen that makes this camera very nice to aim and set up. The menu system is on the LCD screen, which is a little helpful when you're setting up the perimeters, but the main reason to have the LCD screen is to set it up and aim it towards your target. It's very easy to aim towards your target with the LCD screen. This one has a built-in GPS, which is helpful. It shows the position of the camera on the map within the app. So for me here, I know where they're at on my property, but if they were ever to get stolen, I think that feature would be very handy to be able to locate the camera on GPS, at least know where it went. One feature of this camera I think is very nice is the sub 1/2 second trigger speed. So what that means is after the camera detects motion, it will take only less than half a second to trigger a picture. So if a deer is walking from left to right across the screen, sometimes you'll get just the tail end of the deer or no deer at all, because the cameras take a little bit of time to boot up and detect motion and then actually take the picture. The slower the trigger speed, I guess the worse they are. So the sub 1/2 second trigger speed should be very helpful in capturing more deer. So one feature with this camera that I really like is the ability to request 15-second videos be sent over the cell network. So if you have it set to pick and video mode, and you see a picture come through your app on the cell phone, you can immediately say, I want to download that clip, and it will send the 15-second video right to your cell phone. Now sometimes, depending on the settings in the camera, how you got it set up to send timely or once a day, sometimes it might take it 24 hours to send that video. But the way I got mine set, if you see the picture come in, you can request it right away, and it's pretty much instant. It'll send it within about 10 minutes. So the reason I like that feature is, going back to trigger speed, let's say I see a picture come through that has just the tail end of a deer. I might want to see if I can download the video and see if the video recorded the front part of the deer, or if there's something else behind the deer, or if you can, the picture may be blurry and you can't see details of, say, a buck, antlers on the buck. You can request that video and get a lot more detail. So that's a very nice feature. Now there is an extra charge for that. If you request a video, it's going to charge you $5 the first time, and then you're allowed to download 50 videos for that $5 charge. So that's quite a bit. I've not used the max amount. I did it once or twice, and I'm nowhere near 50 downloads yet. So for $5 extra, it's nice to have the ability to download 50 videos. Now there's also you can download high definition pictures, and that's an additional $5. So not included with the $5 video, it's $5 for the high def pictures as well. And the reason that may be helpful is if you get a picture of a deer and it's maybe grainy or it might be a little blurry, or it's far away, you can download the high def version and maybe get better details of that picture and see more details of that deer. And the reason that happens is the cameras take high definition pictures and store them on the SD card. However, when they transmit the picture to your cell phone app, it's just a thumbnail of that high definition picture. So the thumbnail may not be very high quality enough to see details. And that's why it's important to be able to download high def pictures right to your phone instantly. Where I'm at on my property, I can just walk out here, drive the four-wheeler out here, and download the SD card. But if you have these cameras at your hunting camp and it's 5 hours away, that is very, very helpful. So that's a nice feature to have. So now I'm gonna go over here and show you how I got this set up, and we're gonna hook up the solar panel, and then we will show you some pictures of this camera in action and close it out. All right, here we go. This is my setup here. I've got the Tactacam solar panel. You can see it's charged. It's got the 4 lights on the bottom facing the sun. I got the camera hooked up using these HME T-post mounts right here. Very adjustable. Goes right on the T-post. So there's the setup. And the reason I use this T-post and those mounts is my trees here, as you can see, it's hard to find a good tree to put a camera on that'll cover my spot. So here's my little cutout that I've designated for a protein feed, and there's how I'm monitoring it. And then down there is my one of my blinds. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Stick around. I'm going to show you some of the footage and some of the pictures that I've been getting off this camera, and some of the other reveals as well. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and like I said, stick around for more hunting and gardening and ranch videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.